single year, slightly over 12,000 Brits arrested for speech acts, and that is more than were arrested that year in Russia, more than in China, more than in Turkey.
Comedian Graham Linehan was arrested at Heathrow Airport in the UK over past social media posts he made on transgender issues. The 57-year-old said that 5 armed officers arrested him after he flew into the UK from Arizona.
A lot of these Brits are arrested under existing statutes, like there's a Communications Act, there's a law against inciting quote-unquote racial or religious hatred, and we, I think, have differences of opinion about what amounts to incitement in America versus the UK. But so, for example, you had a comedian called Graham Linehan who tweeted that if a woman sees a penis in a ladies' room, she should feel free to kick that guy in the balls. And that's something a lot of comedians say, and I think it channels an impulse that a lot of Americans and Europeans would frankly consider common sense. But he was dragged out of the airport like a terrorist, had his devices confiscated, was thrown in jail overnight, and lost access, my understanding is, to his heart medication, if I recall correctly.
And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about free speech in the United Kingdom. Because what we're seeing right now is not only alarming to people here, it's now being called out internationally. In fact, this week an American woman, speaking in an interview on the global stage, laid out exactly what is happening in Britain when it comes to speech laws. And the way she explained it made the situation sound even more extreme than many of us here already realize. She pointed out that in just a single year, more than 12,000 people in the UK were arrested for speech-related offences. Not violence, not terrorism, not threats, speech. That figure alone puts Britain ahead of countries like Russia, China, and Turkey, nations we're constantly told are far more authoritarian than we are. Her argument was simple but devastating. The issue isn't just one piece of legislation. Laws like the Online Safety Act act as a gateway, a mechanism that allows existing censorship laws to be aggressively enforced online. Old statutes, vague wording, and subjective definitions of offense are now being weaponized against people for what they say on social media. She explained that what qualifies as incitement in the UK would not even come close to meeting the standard in the United States. In America, speech has to involve a clear and imminent call to violence. In Britain, offending the wrong group or challenging certain ideological positions can be enough to bring police to your door. She highlighted cases where people have been detained at airports, had their devices seized, or even spent time in jail, all for online comments, jokes, or opinions. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more.